Hey, this is John Matthews. I am the president and CEO of Gray Cat Enterprises, and I'm going to give you a few tips in helping you manage your labor at a store. So you have to think about labor as it's a balancing act between all the trigger points that you have in the makeup of all your employees. So let's go through some of those triggers. So first of all, you have to understand what type of staff requirements you need for the schedule for the entire day. Obviously, you need one body there the whole time, and how many other bodies will come in is really determined by when the sales volume is projected for that particular day. You also have to look at the strengths of each employee. You may find that you can get by with less labor on certain days because the employees are cross-trained and very proficient at their jobs, and they can outperform the other employees. So it's up to the manager to mesh all these attributes together. Generally, you're going to start with some sort of labor budget, probably on a weekly basis, and you want to allocate that over your 7 days. And again, you're taking a look at, can I cover enough bodies for today's sales based on the wage rates that I'm paying those folks, based on the number of hours that I'm anticipating I'm going to use. Maybe I can get by with no overtime for the day, so that will reduce my overall labor expense. So those are the types of things you want to consider as you put your schedule together. The manager, the assistant, the crew, you're probably going to have guidelines for each of their wage rates. So you want to make sure that you're keeping to those guidelines, because probably in your annual plan, you've budgeted that way, and it's very easy to blow through that budget if you don't watch your wage rates based on type of job responsibility. Also, productivity versus the wage rate. So you could have a person earning $9 an hour that's incredibly productive versus one that is not so productive. And so there's an efficient and effective way that that person can do their job versus the other person. Ceiling hours, this is a way that you can take a look at projected sales for the day or the week, and you can determine based on those projections, that's the cap that I want to spend on hours. And so it's really up to the manager, again, to blend those hourly wage rates together to be able to get more out of the daily or weekly schedule to be able to produce the products that need to be produced based on the expected sales. Overtime, it's pretty simple. If you run your ship too tightly, you're going to spend more in overtime. So you want to have just enough slack to be able to accommodate an ebb and flow of sales if you're off a little bit by projections. The best thing that could possibly happen is 2 buses show up in front of your store and all these people come out and you have a huge influx in sales. You're okay spending some overtime there to accommodate that fresh surge of sales. Lastly, employee turnover. It's very critical that you don't have that much turnover. If you do, you're going to spend a disproportionate amount of time training people as opposed to taking care of the customer. So think about that. Every employee that you lose to turnover is impacting your profit. So in summary, labor is a fundamental aspect to running a profitable business. It's up to the manager to try to find that sweet spot where he has everybody fully trained. They are cross-trained in other departments, so you have flexibility and nimbleness in putting your schedule together, and you hit that customer sweet spot. My name is John Matthews. I'm the president and CEO of Gray Cat Enterprises. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me at the number and the website below. Thank you very much.